A huge issue that many people had with the Spyro Reignited Trilogy has been fixed. Let's talk about it.
No!
What's up guys, Canadian Guy A here, and back with a Spyro video. So, I gotta ask, do you remember the old days, before Spyro came out? Well, though the game was absolutely amazing, the fanbase and some onlookers had some issues with it. One of those issues was the fact that the entire game was not exactly on the disc. See, Spyro 1 and parts of Spyro 2 and 3 were on the disc, but the rest of the game had to be downloaded in order to play. The patch size was over 30 gigabytes, and a lot of people were not happy with that because of, well, multiple reasons. One, they have a limit to their internet usage, and that download would take a massive chunk out of it. 2, their download speeds are awful, and 3, preservation. Basically, people think really far into the future, and some were basically saying that the patch would not be available 10 years from now because the servers would be down. So they could not play the game in 10 years' time. Or at least they couldn't play the full Spyro 2 or 3. The reason behind them putting everything behind a partial download was because they couldn't fit the entire game on the disc. PlayStation Blu-ray specifically can only hold up to 50 gigabytes of data. Though Blu-ray discs can hold more than that, PlayStation 4s can only read up to 2 layers of a disc, and on each layer there's only 25 gigabytes of data that can be stored. Because they could not fit the game on an entire disc, they put parts of Spyro 2 and 3 behind a download. Now personally, I wasn't too affected by it. I was just happy to play Spyro, but I should acknowledge that people did have a genuine issue with the game. Well, a patch had come out a few months ago that shrank the entire game down to a much more manageable size. Because of that, people were calling for a reprint of the game to have games 2 and 3 in their entirety on the disc. Well, guess what? They absolutely did. Kind of. Now, when I say kind of, what I mean is they 100% did reprint the game and put it 100% on the disc. So in 10 years' time, even if the servers were to be shut down, you can still play the Spyro Reignited Trilogy in its entirety without the functionality of any internet whatsoever. That is a fact and is certain. The problem is, well, they didn't change or update the case. So if you were to look at a case of a reprint versus the original shipment, they are exactly the same. Heck, even on the reprint, it still says internet required to download. But not all hope is lost, because there is one tiny, minor, really insignificant difference. So I wanted to swap the live footage for a second to show you guys what I mean. So this is a sealed released copy. I got this day one and it is still in the plastic. Why is this still in the plastic? Because I also bought the digital version of Spyro. It came with my review copy. I also had gotten 2 copies from a fan in a steelbook. I also have a digital Switch version and a physical Switch version. So, when it all comes down together, I have 6 copies of Spyro. Why do I have 6 copies of Spyro? Don't ask that. Obviously, I am not going to open up my sealed day one copy. That's not happening. But what I am going to show you is on the steelbook here, which was an Australian EB Games exclusive. Again, shout out to Sire. He gave me 2, so I I will be giving away 1. I gotta figure out how to give that away though, because I gotta figure out how it works with it being European, blah blah blah. There's a whole bunch of little issues there that I just want to sort out before I actually give it away. But if you open it up here and see the disc here, I'm going to have an image pop up here. If you look at the fine print has a whole bunch of stuff, but there is one thing in the fine print that shows the year. Now, the year is actually the year of printing. Now, I'm going to show another image here. This is a reprint, the image of the reprinted disc. It shows both the years of 2018 and 2019. That is the disc that you are looking for. This is the reprinted disc. So again, here's the difference. Here is my copy with only the first day print, and this is the reprint. The reprint is the one with the entirety of games 2 and 3 on it. Now, while editing this video together, there was a thread that popped up on Reddit by Super Paper Nick. Now, they posted their copy that they got with the entire game on it, and on the back, it just says 2019 on their disc. So if it says 2018 and 2019 or just 2019, that is the reprint. So you got two things to be looking for. Now, I'm not going to end the video right here because this leaves everyone with a giant question mark. If the game is sealed, the only way to find out if it's a reprint is by buying the game and opening it up. What if it's not a reprint? How can we make sure that we get a reprint copy? Well, I have a few tips. The first one is to go to a used game store and ask if they have any used copies. See, when they sell used games, they normally have the discs and the cases separated. You can ask to look at the disc quality before purchasing and see if it has both the 2018 and or 2019 dates. The next thing you can try is to ask for the manager at a game store or game department and ask when they got a shipment of Spyros in, and politely explain why you want the new reprint over the first edition. Now, I highly recommend that you don't order a copy on Amazon. If you have no option but to order a copy on Amazon, I might want to wait till after Black Friday or at least the Christmas season. The logic would be that they would go through the old prints first before the new ones, but still, I recommend against ordering online in general. Another thing you can do is wait a couple of months so that all the old copies are sold and only the reprints are in rotation. But again, that doesn't 100% guarantee you getting a reprint. You have to be careful. So finally, though better late than never, we now have the entirety of the Reignited Trilogy on one disc. Are you going to pick this version up? Comment below and let me know. A huge thank you to all those who support the channel through Patreon and being a sponsor on the channel. If you'd like to help it out, check out the links in the description below where you can buy some CGE merch or become a Patreon. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe for more gaming and nostalgic content. Thank you so much everyone, and I'll see you guys in the next video.